passengers continue to face cancellations as over 500 trains have been cancelled. Meanwhile, Congress demands Agnipath rollback to meet the president today at 5 p.m. Rahul Gandhi appears before the Enforcement Directorate for the fourth time. Congress hits out, says on what basis is he being questioned, says selective leaks by the Enforcement Directorate are being made. Congress sits on Satyagraha on what it called an attack on Congress office during protests against Rahul's ED summons. More support for Agnipath from the industry. Anand Mahindra tweets out, says the Mahindra Group welcomes the opportunity to recruit such trained, capable young people. Maharashtra set for another contest between Agadi and BJP. 11 candidates vying for the 10 MLC seats. After 6-seat rout in Rajya Sabha polls, Agadi hopes to limit the damage. An orange rain alert sounded in the northeast. 2 policemen died during rescue operations in Assam. More rain predicted in Assam and Meghalaya today. One dead, several people injured in shooting that took place in Washington, D.C. One teenager dead and several civilians and a policeman injured as well. And French President Emmanuel Macron loses parliament majority in a stunning setback. Our top focus this afternoon, Pan-India shutdown or Bharat Bandh has caused the common man severe inconvenience and losses. Trains are being cancelled and traffic affected and losses being incurred by the common man. There's been anger over the Agnipath military scheme and supporters have called for a Bharat Bandh. Over 500 trains across the country have been affected. And this is after more than 10 states witnessed protests against the government's new Agnipath military recruitment scheme last week, when a nationwide shutdown call for Bharat Bandh had been given by some groups. Precautionary measures are being taken in many states ahead of today's Bharat Bandh call given by armed forces aspirants who are protesting against the scheme. 350 trains in Bihar alone have been cancelled, which saw violent protests over the new scheme. Bihar, remember, has been the epicenter of these protests, and almost 350 trains have been cancelled in that state alone. The Bihar government has also increased security at party offices considered vulnerable. Meanwhile, in the national capital, we are seeing massive traffic jam on borders, though at some areas the traffic has eased up. But this morning, there was major chaos that was unfolding at the Gurugram highway as well as the Delhi-Noida link road, as security was heightened around this area. Well, Prime Minister Modi is welcomed by BJP workers and supporters on his arrival in Bengaluru in Karnataka. He's in fact landed in Bengaluru, received by Governor Thawarchand Gehlot.
वो बागची पार्थसारथी मल्टी स्पेशलिटी अस्पताल की आधारशिला रखेंगे। फिलहाल अभी प्रधानमंत्री ने बेंगलुरु में सेंटर फॉर ब्रेन रिसर्च (CBR) का उद्घाटन करा। अगर देखा जाए तो ये काफी अहम।
Well, these are visuals, of course, of him landing in Bengaluru today. He's there to launch redevelopment of Bengaluru's cantonment and Yeshwantpur railway station. That's India's first fully air-conditioned station at Bayanapahali. And we just saw him, in fact, inaugurating the same. He's been accompanied by BJP leaders there, was received by the governor himself, Thawarchand Gehlot, as well as the Chief Minister, B.S. Pamai. He's going to be laying the foundation stone for the redevelopment of two important railway stations in Bengaluru city cantonment as well as the Yeshwantpur junction. That's going to be developed at the cost of around 500 crore rupees and 374 crore rupees respectively. In fact, a 442 crore tender had already been floated by Southwestern Railways to take up the redevelopment of the cantonment station as on an engineering, procurement and construction basis. And today he's going to be laying the foundation stone for the redevelopment of two important railway stations in Bengaluru city. During his visit to Bengaluru city today, he will dedicate to the nation, in fact, India's first air-conditioned railway station. That's going to be Sir M. Visvesarai railway station at Bayanpahali, which is developed on the lines of a modern airport. So India's first air-conditioned railway station being inaugurated or being, in fact, laying the foundation stone for that by the Prime Minister at Bengaluru city. It's called the Sir M. Visvesarai railway station at Bayanpahali in Bengaluru. Those visuals there of him inaugurating that particular event. And coming back to our top focus here in the national capital, Congress continues to protest against Rahul Gandhi's Enforcement Directorate questioning, which has entered day 4. He's at the office. His questioning is underway. At the same time, there are protests taking place at Delhi's Connaught Place there, where several Congress workers, in fact, have taken to streets. They're standing on the street in a very arterial road, causing massive traffic jam in Connaught Place there. These are Congress supporters, we believe, that's caused the traffic jam there at a time when Rahul Gandhi himself is currently being questioned at the Enforcement Directorate. Remember, Congress has planned a nationwide peaceful protest, or Satyagraha, that's what it's being called. And this particular set of visuals that you're seeing on your screens are from the national capital's Connaught Place area, where large number of Congress workers have come out on streets to protest or Rahul Gandhi's Enforcement Directorate questioning. Although after speaking to several Congress leaders this morning, what we've come to understand is that these protests are taking place on two issues essentially. One, of course, being Rahul Gandhi's ED questioning, and second, also these protests are on the Agnipath military scheme that the Congress is against. And moving on to UP now, where in Varanasi commuters are facing issues due to cancellation of trains and buses. Let's listen to some of the reactions.
हम लोग आए हैं यहाँ से काठमांडू से, गाड़ी उड़ी नहीं मिल रहा है। हम सोचा कि यहाँ से जल्दी पहुँच जाएंगे पटना या आरा। तो मेरा बच्चा दूधू है, पढ़ाई लिखाई में उसको दिक्कत हो रहा है, स्कूल भी खुल गया है, हमारे मैसेज आ रहा है मोबाइल से, बहुत दिक्कत है। क्या करें, गोरखपुर स्टेशन से हम बैठे हुए हैं 3-4 घंटा से।
यहाँ पे ट्रेन वगैरह के लिए कुछ पता चल पा रहा है आपको?
नहीं, कुछ नहीं पता चल रहा है।
किसी से बातचीत आप लोगों ने किया है?
नहीं, बातचीत कर रहे हैं तो लोग नहीं बता रहा है, क्या बताएं।
कब से है स्टेशन पे?
3-4 घंटा हो गया।
क्या पहले से नहीं आप लोगों को पता था ये कि ट्रेन?
ना, मोबाइल में देखे थे कल रात को, तो 10 बजे पटलिपुत्रा जाने वाला था, ट्रेन कैंसिल हो गया। यहाँ है तो मुझे ये दिक्कत आ रही है कि मैं नेपाल से आ रही हूँ और मुझे पटना जाना है। मैं 3 घंटे से यहाँ पे बैठी हूँ और मुझे प्रॉब्लम हो रही है पटना जाने में।
क्या पता लग पा रहा है ट्रेनें वगैरह कैसे?
कोई पता नहीं लग रहा है ट्रेन के बारे में, सारे ट्रेन कैंसिल है और जाने में प्रॉब्लम हो रही है हम लोग को।
किसी से यहाँ
पूरे परिवार के साथ आए हुए हैं और जाने में प्रॉब्लम हो रही है।
किसी से बातचीत हुई है अभी?
किसी से कोई बातचीत नहीं हुई है।
कोई मदद नहीं मिलता?
नहीं
सर, ट्रेनें रद्द होने से, जैसे कल योगा दिवस है और मुझे स्कूल पे पहुंचना है सेंट जेवियर्स बाटपराने, तो ट्रेन उधर के लिए कोई है नहीं, तो मुझे प्रॉब्लम है। मुझे कल आज ही रिपोर्ट करना था, लेकिन मीटिंग कैंसिल होने की वजह से मुझे कल किसी भी हालत में पहुंचना, आज शाम इवनिंग तक मुझे किसी भी हालत में पहुंचना। अब देख रहे हैं कोई इवनिंग में ट्रेन रहेगी तो उसको पकड़ के जाएंगे।
In fact, BSP National President has come out and tweeted saying that Agnipath's new army recruitment scheme of the centre, despite being linked to the security of the country and the self-respect of the soldiers, the way BJP leaders are making rhetorical and unrestrained statements is grossly unfair. The narrow politics that creates confusion among public and difficulties for the army should be stopped immediately. The Punjab police has been directed to be on alert in view of the Bharat Bandh that's been called today against the newly launched Agnipath scheme. Instructions have been given to increase security around all the BJP offices, central government departments, railway stations as well as army recruitment centres. In Haryana, Farm Union leader Gurnam Singh Charuni has given a call to Free Toll Plaza for 3 hours during the day, which has been granted. Meanwhile, in Bihar as well, protests are taking place and it's causing a lot of inconvenience to people there, to railway, to people who in fact are planning to travel by train. These are some of the reactions coming in from the commuters there. Let's listen in.
ये डर तो नहीं है, पर जिस तरह से अभी स्टूडेंट प्रोटेस्ट किया है, थोड़ा सा मतलब जो नीति जो अपनाया है प्रोटेस्ट करने का वो गलत अपनाया। विरोध करना चाहिए था, इस संविधान जो अधिकार देता है, पर ट्रेन जलाकर इस तरह से नहीं करना चाहिए था। अभी बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिनको समस्या हो रही है, हमको भी समस्या हो रही है। जाना था जमुई, पर ये जो ट्रेन है मोकामा तक जाएगी, उसके बाद कट लाइन दूसरा जगह जाएगी, तो वहाँ पे उतरेंगे, उसके बाद फिर वहाँ से मतलब बाय रोड जाना है घर। 110 किलोमीटर प्लस जो है,
कितना कष्ट है आपको?
बहुत ज़्यादा है, बहुत ज़्यादा कष्ट हो रहा है। जैसे आज 16-17 तारीख से जो प्रोटेस्ट हो रहा है, बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब 4 दिन के दरमियान में बहुत सारी समस्याओं का जो है सामना करना पड़ रहा है हम लोग को।
ट्रेन से चलने में आपको कुछ डर लगता है कि मतलब ठीक ठाक पहुँच जाएंगे?
ठीक ठाक तो पहुंच जाएंगे तो ठीक है। वो एक ट्रेन रद्द हो गया है, एक ट्रेन रद्द हुआ, बेंगलोर से आ रहा है, एक ट्रेन रद्द हो गया है।
तब क्या परेशानी आपको?
बहुत परेशानी हुआ हमको, पर फाइन कटा के आना पड़ा। टिकट दिखाया इसको तभी नहीं मानता है, बोलता है फाइन मारो, 1000 का फाइन मारा है तब आया हम। जब भी मैं 2 ट्रेन चेंज किया है तब आया।
कहाँ से आप आ रहे थे?
बेंगलोर से आ रहा था इंटरसिटी से, अब जाना है दरभंगा।
ये सब जो हो रहा है आपको पता नहीं था यहाँ पे?
मालूम नहीं था, मालूम रहता तो ट्रेन तो कैंसिल करता ना, आकर कैंसिल रास्ता से कैंसिल कर दिया, ट्रेन रद्द किया गया है, रद्द नहीं किया जाता ना। इतना परेशानी हुआ, इतना जनता था, क्या करेगा। सब पर आपसी ट्रेन लेके चला गया, क्या करेगा।
ट्रेन में बैठे हैं, क्या परेशानी?
मुझे डर लग रहा है आगे कुछ ऐसा फिर कुछ लड़का लोग कुछ कर न दे। मुझे डर लग रहा है, फिर मुझे जमुई तक जाना है तो ट्रेन तो जाएगी मोकामा तक, तो मोकामा से बाय रोड मुझे जाना है, फिर लखीसराय से फिर जाना है जमुई से फिर गांव पड़ता है अंदर 25 से 30 किलोमीटर लगभग।
कितने दिन से
करीब परेशान तो अभी 2-2.5 घंटा से स्टेशन पे हैं, तो रूम से आए, फिर शादी उदी है तो उसके लिए परेशान हो रहे हैं। अभी हम जाएंगे तो घर पहुंचेंगे सर 8 से 9 बजे रात तक, और पहले क्या होता था जब शताब्दी पकड़ते थे 2.5 से 3 घंटा में घर पहुंच जाते थे। कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। अभी काफ़ी डर भी लग रहा है रास्ते में क्या होगा नहीं होगा, फिर ट्रेन पे उसके लिए लेकर।
कहाँ को जाना, क्या परेशानी हो रही है आपको यहाँ पर ट्रेन बंद होने से?
हम सब बहुत परेशान हुआ, ट्रेन बंद होने से 3 दिन से बहुत परेशान है। 3 दिन में फर्स्ट ट्रेन है जो जा रहे हैं, इससे वो बढ़िया जाना है और मोकामा हम उतरेंगे, वहाँ से बाय रोड जाएंगे कि जाना है घर पहुँचेंगे कि नहीं, बहुत दिक्कत है। और इस पर बैठे हुए हैं, भरोसा है कि मोकामा तक ही जाएगी कि नहीं जाएगी कि रास्ते में रह जाएगी।
ट्रेन पर भरोसा नहीं है?
ट्रेन पर भरोसा नहीं, रोड में भी भरोसा नहीं, कभी भी कुछ हो सकता है, कहीं पर भी कुछ हो सकता है।
Right, so that was an account of the commuters in Bihar who are facing a harrowing time. These are passengers who wanted to take, in fact, trains. And remember, over 350 trains have been cancelled in the state of Bihar, causing massive inconvenience to the commuters there. Meanwhile, in the national capital, Youth Congress workers are protesting at Shivaji Bridge Station in the national capital in Delhi. Shivaji Bridge railway station is a small railway station in Connaught Place, which is a residential and commercial neighborhood in the national capital. These are visuals of the Shivaji railway station, where the Youth Congress workers are in fact protesting at the railway station. They're blocking the railway track, sitting on railway track, causing a lot of inconvenience. A massive ruckus there really unfolding at the Shivaji Bridge railway station. They are demanding, in fact protesting against the ED's questioning of Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, as well as centre's Agnipath recruitment scheme. Meanwhile, Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi has attacked the centre over its Agnipath scheme and said, and I quote here, "This scheme will kill the youth of the country, it will finish the army," urging the youth to recognize fake nationalists. She assured her party's full support to those peacefully protesting the centre's Agnipath scheme for recruitment in the armed forces. She made the remarks as Congress MPs and leaders sat on a satyagraha at Jantar Mantar in solidarity with the youths protesting the controversial scheme. Right, so those are the visuals of the national capital, where Youth Congress workers have come out on streets. They are protesting the Agnipath military scheme as well as ED's questioning of Rahul Gandhi. Meanwhile, at Jantar Mantar, Congress also out in full support, protesting on these two issues. But really massive chaos unfolding across the nation, as the nation has been called for a Bharat Bandh by several groups. These are visuals from all across the country, from Delhi, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Bihar, Haryana, Punjab, UP, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, as well as Telangana. The same story unfolding, heightened security there across the nation as a call for Bharat Bandh has been given.
एक साथ जुड़कर उन बेरोजगार युवाओं के साथ खड़ी हुई है।
As the protest continues at Jantar Mantar, several Congress leaders have been stopped at the barricades. The police had given permission of about 1,000 protesters, but it seems that the number has crossed 1,000, and the police is now stopping not just the Congress workers but leaders as well. Dipendra Singh Hooda, member of parliament and leader of the Congress party, is here at the barricades of Delhi police. You can see rapid action force that has been deployed here. Mr. Hooda is also trying to facilitate for the Congress workers to also get in along with him. You can see police deployment remains very strict at Jantar Mantar, in and around Jantar Mantar. In fact, most of the roads that are leading to Jantar Mantar have been blocked. But there is also one catch to it, that permission was only given to 1,000 protesters, and if that permission has to remain intact, and if a protest has to continue, the number of protesters according to police cannot be above 1,000. You can see dramatic visuals playing out here at Jantar Mantar, at the roads of Jantar Mantar, and police trying to stop the Congress workers, Congress leaders now trying to facilitate their entry to Jantar Mantar. Several other leaders have already reached Jantar Mantar. The protest happening at Jantar Mantar is about the Agnipath scheme. Also, not just the Agnipath scheme, but the questioning of Rahul Gandhi by the Enforcement Directorate. Again, Dipendra Hooda has now climbed the barricades here and trying for his supporters to also come here at Jantar Mantar. So high-profile drama continues at Jantar Mantar. Senior police officials also present here, along with other personnel of Delhi Police Rapid Action Force. While drama continues, the Congress workers, Congress leaders now trying to struggle with the cops as far as the entry is concerned. Seems the Congress leaders are angry with the behavior of police, with in fact the police action stopping the Congress leaders, Congress workers from entering the Jantar Mantar area. Already the venue of Jantar Mantar is jam-packed. सर क्या कहा जा रहा है पुलिस द्वारा, क्या कहें?
ये पुलिस हमें अंदर नहीं आने दे रही, हजारों कार्यकर्ता बाहर हैं,
तो आप कितनी देर से आप यहाँ पर रुके हुए थे? यहाँ पर किस किस को क्या कहा जा रहा है पुलिस द्वारा?
पुलिस ने अंदर ही नहीं घुसने दिया, आपने देखा।
और आर्ग्यूमेंट का क्या किया जा रहा है पुलिस द्वारा? क्योंकि परमिशन ली गई थी कांग्रेस पार्टी,
परमिशन ली गई थी, लेकिन ये प्रजातंत्र में विश्वास रखने वाले लोग नहीं है।
अब तो
शांतिपूर्ण सत्याग्रह करने के लिए भी हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं को किस तरीके से यहाँ पर क्या क्या पुलिस की यातनाएं झेलनी पड़ रही है, आप देख सकते हैं।
और आप खुद बैरिकेड पे थे, आपने काफ़ी कोशिश की अपने कार्यकर्ताओं को अंदर लाने के लिए, तो अफसर क्या कह रहे हैं, क्यों मना कर रहे हैं? कुछ कहा जा रहा है, कुछ लॉजिक दिया जा रहा है
इसका लॉजिक यही है, ये चाहते नहीं कि कोई यहाँ पे कोई धरना प्रदर्शन हो।
Seems that the Congress workers here, Congress leaders here saying that the police is taking action against the Congress workers and not allowing them to reach the Jantar Mantar spot. So while the protest continues, high profile drama also continues here in the national capital. With camera person Sushil Rathi, I'm Akshay Dongre for NDTV.
And it's time for us to take a very short break. We'll continue getting you our top stories on the other side.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, news that informs and inspires.
Facts build stories, but opinions shape them, and we are here to bring you both. A 360-degree look at the day's top stories. We are not afraid to take a stand.
No agendas, no excuses, no whataboutery, and no obfuscation.
Facts build stories, but views shape them. And we are here to bring you both. But in an increasingly polarized world, it is very easy to get swayed in one direction. Breaking the monopoly of narratives, breaking the concept of one-sided arguments, breaking the selective presentation of facts. Because when you hear all views, that's when you get the complete picture. Breaking views. Get the complete picture.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, and most importantly, no lies.
Our lead story tonight. Big international story India is closely watching it.
Welcome back. You're with NDTV. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi is being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate today for the fourth consecutive day. It's the fourth round of questioning in a money laundering case. He had earlier requested the ED to defer his questioning due to his mother Sonia Gandhi's ill health due to COVID-related issues since the 12th of June. But this morning, we saw him entering the Enforcement Directorate's office. This is the fourth round of questioning with his sister Priyanka Gandhi there waiting up outside ED's office. At the same time, in Jantar Mantar, a show of strength by the Congress party on display. Senior Congress leaders as well as workers there protesting at Jantar Mantar, demanding, in fact, protesting the manner in which Rahul Gandhi's been questioned by Enforcement Directorate. So the Congress really asking some important questions on the manner in which, the way in which Rahul Gandhi's questioning is taking place. Ajay Makhan, senior Congress leader, raised some pertinent questions this morning, and these are some of those. Let's listen in.
कौन सा वो अनुसूचित अपराध है जिसके तहत ये इंक्वायरी करी जा रही है, और किस पुलिस एजेंसी ने अनुसूचित अपराध के संबंध में एफआईआर दर्ज करी है, ये तो बताएं। एफआईआर कहां? क्या हमारे को किसी को एफआईआर की कॉपी अभी दिखाई है? लगातार कांग्रेस पार्टी, हमारे नेता इस चीज को पूछ रहे, कोई जवाब नहीं कि अनुसूचित अपराध और एफआईआर के बगैर ईडी के पास में पीएमएलए के तहत जांच शुरू करने का कोई अधिकार नहीं। हमारे लीगल डिपार्टमेंट के तरफ से विवेक तनखा जी ने एक पत्र निर्मला सीतारमण जी को, अमित शाह और किरण रिजिजू को नोटिस भेजा है। ये हम आपको अभी इसके साथ में लगा करके देंगे। इसमें यह कहा गया है कि जिस प्रकार से ईडी के दफ्तर से सिलेक्टिव लीकेज करी जा रही हैं, झूठी और चयनात्मक खबरों को प्लांट करके कांग्रेस पार्टी के और हमारे नेताओं की छवि को धूमिल करने का प्रयास किया जा रहा है, यह पूरी तरीके से गैर कानूनी
We are being joined by KC Venugopal, senior Congress leader, and today the Congress party again protesting against the Agnipath scheme as well as the questioning of Rahul Gandhi by the Enforcement Directorate. Mr. Venugopal, today again the Congress party is protesting. What exactly is on the agenda? Will the Satyagraha continue in the upcoming days as well?
No, today we are agitating on two issues. One is the anti-youth Agnipath scheme. The government should withdraw the scheme immediately because of lot of pain and anger among the youngsters of all over the country. Everywhere we are witnessing. Entire agitation is created by government only. Therefore, government should withdraw the scheme. Number two, the political vendetta game by Enforcement Directorate and Union government against Rahul Gandhi should be condemned. We are in solidarity with Rahul Gandhi. Last 4-5 days, we are doing some peaceful demonstration. Yesterday, the last 2-3 days, we are discussing with the Delhi police. We already told we only have for having a peaceful demonstration. They allowed 1,000 people. Then they are stopping entire our workers all over Delhi.
At the barricades?
Barricades only. They are stopping MPs. They are stopping media people. What is the democracy then? This is very contemptible.
So yesterday there was a press conference by senior army generals. They said that Agnipath scheme will not be rolled back, and they clarified it yesterday.
No, we will take it up that issue till it's rolled back.
And Arvind is standing by at the Enforcement Directorate's office. He's been tracking the developments there. Arvind, even as Rahul Gandhi is currently being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate, we are seeing protests, we are seeing, show of strength being put on display outside with, workers, local protesters and workers coming out in large numbers in the national capitals, Connaught Place, also at Jantar Mantar. Congress leaders and workers are gathering to protest the manner in which Rahul Gandhi's been questioned. And Ajay Makan just this morning, in fact, raised some important questions on the way it's been, handled. How and why, where is the FIR, and many other such questions being asked now.
Yeah, Urvashi, as Rahul Gandhi, the former Congress president, is being grilled by the Enforcement Directorate in connection with the National Herald money laundering probe, the Congress party is hitting on the streets yet again. Today is the fourth day the Enforcement Directorate is questioning Rahul Gandhi and the Congress leaders are also protesting here at the national capital. Today it's not just against the alleged misuse of central agencies which the Congress party has been alleging, but today the Congress party is also protesting against the Agnipath scheme, wherein the Congress party is saying that they are standing in solidarity with the youth across the country who are against this particular scheme, and then they are demanding that this particular scheme should be rolled back. Coming to the question regarding Rahul Gandhi's questioning by the Enforcement Directorate sources say that because the questioning is taking quite long time, Rahul Gandhi is taking time to go through all his statements, and that's why this entire process is taking time. And today what we are being told by our sources, that at least today morning when we spoke to some of our sources, they did say that not even 50% of the question that the agency prepared for Rahul Gandhi has been completed, and in all probability it looks like Rahul Gandhi will be questioned further by the agency. Maybe tomorrow also he is likely to be summoned. But today what we are being told is that he joined the investigation somewhere close to 11 a.m. and the statement is formally recorded by the agency under section 50 of the PMLA. So he'll be stepping out for lunch somewhere close to 2 p.m. and then he'll be back at the ED office somewhere close to 3 p.m. and again it will be a long day for Rahul Gandhi here at the Enforcement Directorate office. Coming to the other very important development that is expected today a senior delegation of Congress leaders, will be meeting President Ramnath going somewhere close to around 5 p.m. at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Ahead of that particular important meeting, Congress party has called for the meeting of party MPs at the parliamentary party office. So all the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha MPs of Congress will be having a meeting at the party's parliamentary office in the Parliament complex, after which the delegation will go and meet President somewhere around 5 p.m. wherein the Congress party will be raising issues like alleged misuse of central agencies and also very importantly demanding the rollback of Agnipath scheme.
All right, Arvind there, thanks for joining us and getting us those inputs there from the ED office. So questioning unlikely to be wrapped up today. In fact, according to sources, as Arvind is saying, the question is likely to take place for a long time, as only 50% of questioning has been completed by the ED. With that, it's time for us to take a very quick break. We'll be right back with lots more.
Here's something to think about. Your money is being stolen. How?
Ratings for TV news channels are bought, rigged, and fixed.
All this is well known. It has been caught, discussed, exposed, and yet nothing has been done about it.
Every month, hundreds of crores of rupees of consumer money is being misused.
Advertisers are being misled into spending your money on channels that haven't earned their viewership. They've bought it.
So don't go by ratings, go by the facts.
There's plenty of data to show that NDTV is the top brand for news. And in the last 2 years, we won 6 awards for most trusted broadcaster.
Thank you for your trust. We don't buy our viewership, we earn it.
When a glimmer of hope gave way to a new global threat, we were there. As our soldiers squared off against a hostile neighbor for yet another freezing winter, we were there. When brutality overwhelmed justice and a mockery was made of the rule of law, we were there. When the death of our first Chief of Defence Staff united our nation, we were there. Hope, justice, the truth. Left, right and centre with me, Vishnu Shobh, Monday to Thursday, 9 p.m. on NDTV 24/7.
Welcome back. You're with NDTV. In March this year, several people were burned to death after an angry mob hurled bombs and set homes on fire after the murder of a local TMC leader, Bhadu Sheikh. CBI filed a charge sheet in the Rampur Haat killings case, and TMC block president Anarul Hussain has been named as an accused. In fact, 18 people have been named as an accused in the charge sheet. Saurabh Gupta getting us more details. Saurabh, so 18 people have been named, including TMC block president Anarul Hussain in the charge sheet.
Yes, that's right. In fact, the CBI has filed its charge sheet in this case, and they've also named Anarul Hussain in the charge sheet as an accused. 18 people have been booked for murder, and this, of course, comes in the backdrop of the case being handed over to the CBI by the Calcutta High Court. Earlier, the West Bengal government had ordered a probe by a special investigation team, but that, of course, is something that the Calcutta High Court did, and following that, the CBI took over the investigations, and then, of course, they've filed this charge sheet, and this charge sheet names Anarul Hussain, someone whose arrest was ordered by Mamata Banerjee herself. In fact, when she visited Bokri village in Rampur Haat, in the aftermath of the incident, she had ordered policemen. At that time, the investigation was with the special investigation team, and she had ordered policemen to actually, ensure that Anarul Hussain was also arrested, because in her opinion, she felt that Anarul Hussain could have stopped the incident from taking place, but he did not. He did not help the police, and therefore these innocent lives were lost in a very, very brutal manner, in which, they were burned to death within their homes as a mob attacked it from outside and felt its ultimate bones. So in that context, this was a horrific case that drew national attention. Now, of course, the CBI had been handed over the investigation, and they filed their charge sheet, naming one of the people who was arrested by the SIT itself, the state government's SIT itself. It was Mamata Banerjee who had ordered his arrest, and the police had picked him up immediately after.
All right, Saurabh Gupta, thanks for getting us that update. Meanwhile, the Maharashtra Legislative Council, or the MLC biennial elections today, will witness another contest between the BJP and the Congress party after the recently concluded Rajya Sabha elections. A total of 11 candidates are contesting for 10 MLC seats up for grabs, with the Mahavikas Aghadi, Shiv Sena, NCP and the Congress party fielding 2 candidates each. The BJP has nominated 5 candidates. And Saurabh Gupta continues to be with us. He joins us for more details here. Saurabh, so a tightly fought contest today as well, with Mahavikas Aghadi trying to limit its damage this time around.
Yes, that's right. In fact, this is a contest for the 10th seat. There were 11 candidates for 10 seats to this MLC election, which is the upper house of the Maharashtra legislature. Now, the Maharashtra legislature is bicameral which means that it has 2 houses, the State Legislative Assembly, which is, of course, a direct election, which is the Vidhan Sabha elections. And then you have the Maharashtra Legislative Council, which is elected by an electoral college comprising assemblies. and it is in that context that, the MLCs today are getting elected. Now, the NVA, the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi, which is an alliance of the Shiv Sena, the NCP, and the Congress, has fielded 6 candidates, and each of them are, each of the parties have fielded 2 candidates. The Shiv Sena has enough numbers. Each candidate requires 26 first preference votes to get elected. Shiv Sena has enough numbers to elect both its candidates. The NCP, because 2 of its MLAs have not been allowed to vote, which is as they are in jail, which is Anil Deshmukh and Nawab Malik, who were ministers, they have had to, depend on one surplus vote from the Shiv Sena, or they've had to depend on a vote from the independents. So that, of course, the NCP is confident of getting, but if there are defections in the NCP camp, then they might face trouble in getting Eknath Khadse, who switched over from the BJP to the NCP after a few months ago, and last year, in fact, then they could be in trouble with the second candidate. The Congress, of course, is will have to fight hard for its second candidate, and that's because Bhai Jagtap will need the support of several independents. But both Bhai Jagtap of the Congress and Prasad Lad of the BJP are extremely well networked and politicians with the capabilities that are required in elections like these. So it's going to be a late night affair with counting going on till late in the evening, and we'll know the results by the end of the day.
Also, Saurabh, we believe that, Shiv Sena is really taking all precautions that no defections take place. We believe Sena MLAs are meeting the Chief Minister before going up to vote in groups, and then once sitting MLCs accompanying them till the door of the hall. Tell us, really, is that happening on ground?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So every vote matters, every MLA's vote matters, and it's not just that. MLAs who are suffering from, life-threatening diseases are coming and voting. One MLA we have been given to understand is traveling in an ambulance to come and vote. MLAs on wheelchairs, MLAs, walking in with all kinds of support to come and vote, because every vote counts. That's the nature of this election, where there's an electoral college that elects the MLC. Apart from that, the Sena, to ensure that its flock doesn't defect. Last time also the Sena flock didn't defect, but it was the independents who didn't vote for the Sena candidate, and that's why they lost. So in this case, what has happened is that the Sena will, in order to ensure that its flock stays together, they're meeting the Chief Minister in groups in his office in the Vidhan Sabha premises, and then they're being accompanied by an MLC all the way to the voting hall, and this is to ensure that no one across them midway and tries to change their mind and turn them into defectors. So that's the kind of effort you see that's being put in order to ensure that everyone has the numbers and nobody defects.
It's going to be a late night affair when till the counting takes place. Saurabh Gupta, thanks for joining in and getting us those inputs. Over to the northeast now, where orange rain alert has been sounded in the northeast. 42 lakh people have been affected by the massive deluge. 9 more people have died in the past 24 hours. 33 people have died in Assam floods this week alone. Over 5,000 villages are absolutely inundated. Kopili River at Kanpur in Nagaon district is flowing above high flood level. Brahmaputra is flowing about danger level at 4 places, including Guwahati. 7 other rivers are flowing above danger level. So situation quite grim there in the northeast. Ratnadeep joining us on the phone line. Ratnadeep, just give us a sense of the magnitude of displacements that have taken place and the challenges really that are being faced by the forces to ensure that everyone is safe. Also, are more evacuations really taking place even as we speak?
That's right. In fact, the focus for the government is rescue and relief operations. In fact, this morning, Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma held an urgent flood review meeting where all the deputy commissioners were linked via, it was a telecon, and also all the agencies, including NDRF and our present, and the focus was to form a strategy for fast relief and operation. However, we are reporting today from Kanpur, which is one of the worst hit area, and this is the same place where last night in a rescue operation, while going for a rescue operation, a team of policemen actually fell in flood waters after their country-made boat capsized, and while trying to the officer in charge of the Kanpur police station actually lost his life. with another constable. So 2 policemen actually losing their lives in flood rescue operations. Kanpur is one area where the Kopili river is flowing above the highest flood levels. So therefore, naturally, the water levels here are very high, and people have been evacuated. Also, talking about death toll, already in the last 24 hours, 9 people have died in Assam. That takes weekly death toll to 33. And again, in the morning, these 2 dead bodies were found. In this week, actually, already 35 people have died in the floods and landslides. In some areas, flood waters have started to recede, which is a good news. But then the rains have weakened, but they're still there. So even if the rain weakens, the question is many of the rivers, including Brahmaputra, in 4 places, including Guwahati, is flowing above danger level. So that would mean that Brahmaputra will not be able to intake water which is coming in through the tributaries, and the tributaries have weaker embankments. And last week we saw in Lower Assam a lot of embankment breaches caused massive floods. So if more embankment breaches takes place, there will be more flooding, there will be more inundation.
Absolutely. So water though is receding in some parts or some pockets in the state, but still many rivers are flowing above danger level, although there has been a slight let up in the rainfall, but clearly the situation is not out of danger at this point in time, continues to be grim, posing a huge challenge for the forces out there. Ratnadeep, thanks for joining in. With that, it's time for us to take a very quick break. We'll be right back with lots more.
Legacy is often seen as a burden of expectations. It comes with its own set of challenges. The challenge to take it forward, challenge to reimagine, challenge to be in the present, and also challenge to think about the future.
What accountability are you talking about?
As long as the core values and principles remain uncompromised. Debates are essential not just for journalism but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 22 years old, but it is young at 22.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया.
So let us begin the big fight.
They say the zero is nothing unless it connects the dots and the real story emerges. Unless it captures the truth. They say the camera never lies. Unless
Welcome back. Here with NDTV. Well, Bihar has witnessed the most widespread and violent protest and is being seen as the epicenter of all the protests that are taking place. Let's listen into some reactions coming in from ground zero on what the common man, what the locals really are facing, even as the entire nation has been called for a shutdown.
केंद्र सरकार इस बात पर अड़ी हुई है कि सेना में भर्ती अब वो अग्निपथ स्कीम के तहत ही करेगी, यानी कि अब जो भी भर्तियां होगी 4 साल के लिए होंगी और 4 साल के बाद उसमें से 25% जवानों को उनके मेरिट के ऊपर में चयन किया जाएगा आगे आने वाले वर्षों के लिए। हम अब फिलहाल पटना के पास नौबतपुर में हैं, यहाँ पर बहुत सारे जो छात्र हैं तैयारी करते हैं। सरकार तो अड़ी हुई है कि अगर आना है तो इसी अग्निपथ स्कीम के अंदर आना होगा।
नहीं सर, ये जो नियम है इस नियम को वापस लेना पड़ेगा।
क्यों?
क्योंकि ये 4 साल के लिए है और 4 साल के बाद फिर 25% जो है बोल रहे हैं कि आगे चल के नियुक्ति किया जाएगा। 75% क्या होगा? 75% कहाँ इन लोग जाएंगे? इसके लिए असम राइफल में बोलते हैं कि कहाँ असम राइफल में कितना लोग को भेजेंगे?
लेकिन और भी पैरामिलिट्री में तो आप लोग को प्रेफरेंस दिया जाएगा।
कितना परसेंट?
क्या करेगा?
बाकी युवा क्या होगा?
बाकी युवा क्या करेगा? जो आर्मी में डिफेंस में नहीं दिया गया रहेगा उसको तो क्या होगा? जो करे 10% आरक्षित है और जो न्यू कॉमर्स रहेगा, न्यू स्टूडेंट रहेगा, वो कहाँ जाएगा? ये तो टाइम ही ना पर गिरा के रख देंगे।
जितना सीमित सीट है सीमित में हम लोग रह जाएंगे, बाकी वह फिर क्या करेगा। जो लड़का ये तो मान ले कि हम लोग आर्मी से रिटायर हुआ कुछ तो कुछ कमा लेगा, आरक्षण दे दीजिएगा तो वो आखिर सीट तो घटेगा ना प्राइवेट में भी। तो न्यू स्टूडेंट न्यू कैंडिडेट कैसे जा पाएगा।
कहा जा रहा है कि बीजेपी ऑफिस में आप लोगों को ये गार्ड का नौकरी मिलेगा या अन्य जगहों पे आप लोगों को प्रेफरेंस दिया जाएगा।
कार्यालय में नौकरी करें, इतना कर दिया सरकार, बीजेपी सरकार, अब फिर बोल रही है कि हमारे पास ड्यूटी करिए। हम बीजेपी सरकार के करेंगे, चमचागिरी करेंगे भारत सरकार के, देश का नहीं करेंगे। जाएंगे बॉर्डर पर कि नहीं जाएंगे।
आर्मी का जवान है ना सर, जो आर्मी का जो सेना में भर्ती के लिए जाता है उसका सपना रहता है कि बॉर्डर पर जरूर एक बार जाकर देश का सेवा करें, ठीक है। अब वही सपना को जैसे कि चकनाचूर कर दिया गया है मोदी सरकार का जो ये नियम आया है ना सर, नया नियम, उससे बहुत ज़्यादा युवा को जैसे कि इतना आक्रोश होना एकदम लाजमी था कि जैसे कि इतना आंदोलन करे। भले जो भी ये आगजनी हुआ उसके आलोचना हुई है, ये सही बात है, लेकिन आप ग्राउंड पर पहुँचे हैं सर, हम मतलब लगातार 2 साल से आ रहे हैं, पूरा एक साल 2 साल 3 साल भी लग जाता है आर्मी का दौर का तैयारी करने के लिए। उसके बाद भी पता है वहाँ जाकर भर्ती जहाँ होता है वहाँ पे मात्र जैसे कि यहाँ से मुश्किल से 2-3 बच्चों का होता है, इतना टफ दौर होता है। और उसके बाद भी जब पूरा प्रक्रिया पार करने के बाद दौर के बाद फिजिकल होता है, मतलब मेडिकल होता है, और सब बहुत मुश्किल से सब जितना बाधा है ना सर बहुत मुश्किल से पार होता है, ठीक है। और उसके बाद जब ऊपर से नियम आ जाता है कि सारे पुराना जो प्रोसेस हुआ है उसको रद्द कर दिया गया है। अब बताइए सर, आर्मी का जो जवान तैयारी किया था पूरा अपना देह टूट जाता है, और उसका जब ये निर्णय आ जाएगा तो टूटेगा कि नहीं टूटेगा सर, बताइए।
आप लोग को क्या आपत्ति है और ये जो नया स्कीम है उसमें आप लोग जाएंगे, दौड़ने के लिए जाएंगे?
मजबूरन सरकार थोप रही है, इसको क्या कह सकते हैं, तानाशाही की सरकार कह सकते हैं। मजबूरन इसको इम्प्लीमेंट किया जा रहा है। अगर इसको टूर ऑफ ड्यूटी को लागू ही करना था तो इसको एक पैरेलल तरीका से इसको लागू करना चाहिए था। साथ साथ जैसे भर्तियां हो रही हैं उसी प्रकार से होती, और इसको जिस युवाओं को जाने का मन होता, सैनिक एक्सपीरियंस लेने का मन होता, उसके लिए एक पैरेलल व्यवस्था किया जाना चाहिए था। इसको बिना सोचे समझे थोप देना, इसको तो तानाशाही कहेंगे। बहुत ही तकलीफ़ है इस नियम का, हम लोग बहुत विरोध करते हैं। इस नियम से कोई फ़ायदा नहीं होने वाला है, नुकसान होने वाला है। सैनिक का मनोबल टूटेगा, मोरल डाउन होगा, उसके बाद निष्कासित हो जाएंगे जब, तो उनको क्या कहा जाएगा समाज में, निष्कासित वीर हैं, अग्निवीर नहीं निष्कासित वीर कह के उनको व्यंग करेंगे लोग। तो इस तरीके से
आप लोगों को क्या लगता है कि आप जाएंगे अभी जब बहाली होगी तो आप लोग जाएंगे उसमें?
देखिए, ये जो टूर ऑफ ड्यूटी आया है, हम एक बार मेहनत करके हार चुके हैं। अभी मेरा फिजिकल मेडिकल सब क्लियर हो चुका था, एग्ज़ाम का इंतज़ार कर रहे थे, और सरकार एकाएक आती है और लगता है जैसे नोटबंदी की तरह आए, कहें कि कल से ही चीज़ लागू हो गया। ये नोटबंदी नहीं है, ये 370 ये नहीं है कि आप आएँ रात को 8 बजे बोलें कि भाइयों एवं मित्रों कल से ये लागू हो रहा है। ये बहुत गलत तरीका है। जितने लोग तैयारी कर चुके हैं, जितने लोग प्रोसेस, एक बार विधायक और नेता के मंत्री के बच्चों को कहिए कि 1600 मीटर 5 मिनट में मार के देखे, यहीं पे गिर जाएगा मर के। कितना मुश्किल होता है रनिंग पास करना, कितना मुश्किल होता है वहाँ पे, मेडिकल इतना टफ होता है। एक बच्चे का एक अंक का धीरे धीरे करके टेस्ट किया जाता है, जहाँ थोड़ा सा भी दिक्कत होता है वहाँ से उसको हटा दिया जाता है, और वो एक बैक रात को आता है और कहते हैं कि कल से यह लागू हो जाएगा। ये जो टूर ऑफ ड्यूटी का जो नियम है बहुत बेकार नियम है, इस तरह से लाना ही नहीं चाहिए, किसी भी चीज़ को लाना चाहिए अरे मौसम भी जब बदलता है तो धीरे धीरे करके ठंडा, एक्सट्रीम ठंडा होता है। आप एक बैग ठंडा गर्म से ठंडा कर दीजिएगा तो वो नहीं सहन कर पाएगा इंसान। आप इसको पैरेलल धीरे धीरे करके उसको लागू करना चाहिए था, ताकि उस हिसाब से इंसान ढल जाए। नेता विधायक और बड़े बड़े अफसरों के लड़के नहीं जाएंगे सैनिक में हम गरीब ही जाएंगे।
Meanwhile, in Varanasi, commuters are facing issues due to railway cancellations of and as well as buses. Let's listen into some of those responses.
हम लोग आए हैं यहाँ से काठमांडू से, गाड़ी उड़ी नहीं मिल रहा है। हम सोचे कि यहाँ से जल्दी पहुँच जाएंगे पटना या आरा। तो मेरा बच्चा दूधू है, पढ़ाई लिखाई में उसको दिक्कत हो रहा है, स्कूल भी खुल गया है, हमारे मैसेज आ रहा है मोबाइल से, बहुत दिक्कत है। क्या करें, गोरखपुर स्टेशन से हम बैठे हुए हैं 3-4 घंटा से।
यहाँ पे ट्रेन वगैरह के लिए कुछ पता चल पा रहा है आपको?
नहीं, कुछ नहीं पता चल रहा है।
किसी से बातचीत आप लोगों ने किया है?
नहीं, बातचीत कर रहे हैं तो लोग नहीं बता रहा है, क्या बताएं।
कब से है स्टेशन पे?
3-4 घंटा हो गया।
क्या पहले से नहीं आप लोगों को पता था ये ट्रेन?
ना, मोबाइल में देखे थे कल रात को, तो 10 बजे पटलीपुत्रा जाने वाला था, ट्रेन कैंसिल हो गया, यहाँ है तो मुझे ये दिक्कत आ रही है कि मैं नेपाल से आ रही हूँ और मुझे पटना जाना है। मैं 3 घंटे से यहाँ पे बैठी हूँ और मुझे प्रॉब्लम हो रही है पटना जाने में।
क्या पता लग पा रहा है ट्रेनें वगैरह कैसे?
कोई पता नहीं लग रहा है ट्रेन के बारे में, सारे ट्रेन कैंसिल है और जाने में प्रॉब्लम हो रही है हम लोग को।
किसी से
पूरे परिवार के साथ आए हुए हैं और जाने में प्रॉब्लम हो रही है।
किसी से बातचीत हुई है अभी?
किसी से कोई बातचीत नहीं हुई है।
कोई मदद नहीं मिलता?
नहीं
सर, ट्रेनें रद्द होने से जैसे कल योगा दिवस है और मुझे स्कूल पे पहुंचना है सेंट जेवियर्स बाट पर आने, तो ट्रेन उधर के लिए कोई है नहीं, तो मुझे प्रॉब्लम है। मुझे कल आज ही रिपोर्ट करना था लेकिन मीटिंग कैंसिल होने की वजह से मुझे कल किसी भी हालत में पहुंचना है। आज शाम इवनिंग तक मुझे किसी भी हालत में पहुंचना है। अब देख रहे हैं कोई इवनिंग में ट्रेन रहेगी तो उसको पकड़ के जाएंगे।
And Mayawati has tweeted out stating Agnipath's new army recruitment scheme of the centre, despite being linked to the security of the country and the self-respect of the soldiers, the way BJP leaders are making rhetorical and unrestrained statements is grossly unfair. The narrow politics that creates confusion among public and difficulties for the army should be stopped immediately. Meanwhile, Mallikarjun Kharge responded on the Agnipath military scheme. He asked that does the armed forces want to prepare 46,000 youths and bring them to the RSS? Let's listen into what he says.
देखो, अग्निपथ ये तो 46,000 युवकों को वो क्या तैयार करके आरएसएस में लाना चाहते हैं, मुझे तो मालूम नहीं। कभी आपने सुना है क्या किसी देश में ऐसा हुआ है कि 4 साल ट्रेनिंग देना और छोड़ देना? यहाँ पर तो परमानेंट वैकेंसीज हैं। हमारे डिफेंस में कम से कम लाखों वैकेंसीज हैं। पहले वो भर्ती करो और वो अगर वहाँ पर भर्ती करेंगे रेगुलर बेसिस पे, उनको ट्रेनिंग देंगे, वो तो रेडी है। तो आप सिर्फ 4 साल का ट्रेनिंग देके, स्टाइपेंड देके, इलेक्शन तक इनको एंगेज करने के लिए आप ये काम कर रहे हैं।
And some breaking inputs here coming in on the Agnipath military scheme. The Agnipath recruitment notification has been put out, stating the dates at which the recruitment would take place. This has been put out by the army, releasing the Agniveer recruitment notification details. Even as the nation is protesting against the military scheme and the manner in which the recruits would be inducted, we have the notification for the Agniveer recruitment coming out. It's been issued by the Indian Army. We'll try and get in more details as to what the dates are, but remember, after the Tri-Services Chief meet with Rajnath Singh yesterday, it was amply clear that there's no plan to withdraw or any rollback of this scheme, and the forces going ahead with the recruitment plan. They've released the notification details, and everybody who wants to join the forces is welcome to do so. The army, of course, had said that the recruitment would start as early as 24th June, and they've come out with a notification today. They've released the details. We'll try and get in more details about those dates, but this clearly is a step forward, and as well as the Indian Army there, as well as the other forces there, of course, making it amply clear that they are clear with their decision in going ahead with this recruitment plan, even as nationwide protests are taking place at this point in time. They are going ahead with the recruitment plan and going ahead with getting in young blood in the forces. Remember, yesterday we heard Lieutenant General Puri there, who addressed the press on this entire recruitment plan, stating that there's been no plan on any rollback at this point in time. They want to get in young blood. He also very in detail explained the entire recruitment process as to how this would really be conducted, how this is going to pan out in the next 1 year, how they plan to train the forces, and how they also are planning to assure that they do have a future ahead once they do pass out of the forces, in case they do so after 4 years. Many relaxations, fine-tuning of the entire plan has taken place in the past 1 week itself, with the fine-tuning there taking place in order to pacify these protests, to assure that this is a long-term recruitment plan, and they are going to assure and take care of the long-term recruitment and the long-term care of these young men who enter the forces. Army recruitment is going to begin from the 22nd of July. From almost a month here on, the recruitment is going to begin for the Indian Army. We'll try and get in more details here in just a bit. For the moment, slipping into a very quick break.